Hi everybody, we are going to work on dilating segments and lines today, and just a few things to make sure you understand about dilating a segment. So I have graph paper, so it makes my whole dilating a lot easier. But if we had, I'm just going to sketch a coordinate plane here. And let's say that we are going to dilate this segment right here. So I'm going to call this AB. So this is at -1, 2. And then this one is 2, -1. So if I'm going to dilate this segment, there's a few things that can happen. One, we could dilate it with the center of dilation at the origin. Then on Monday, or actually that was Tuesday maybe, we looked at dilating when you were somewhere else on the coordinate plane. So maybe this point down here, we could dilate it from that point. Or we could actually even be along the segment itself and dilate it. So doing some color coding, I want to try and do all of them actually. So first up, let's say that this is our, I don't know what color this is. That kind of looks terrible. But, all right, so if we were to dilate around the center point, let's say that our scale factor is, gosh, I hate to be so boring, but maybe we should just say a scale factor of 2. That's not that difficult, but that'll be all right. All right, so when we're at the origin, what we can do is just take our ordered pairs and multiply by the scale factor. So if this is -1, 2, when we multiply by the scale factor, we'll get -2, 4. So this will be A prime. All right, this one is 2, -1. So if we multiply by a scale factor of 2, that's going to make it 4, -2. So here's our B prime. And so if we connect those two, wow, it's actually a pretty good line there. All right, we can see that we have ended up with another segment. Because we're going to dilate a segment, we should end up with a segment. And not only is this segment twice the length, so this one right here is twice the length of that one, it's also twice the distance from the center of dilation. All right, let's do the same thing from, hold on, I'll get a different color here. All right, let's say our point of dilation is this one right here. All right, so this is our center of dilation. So what we said the other day was that we're going to think of these points A and B as the distance that they are from the point of dilation, not from the origin. So it's almost like we're moving our coordinate over here. So from this, our center, point A is up 1 and left 4. So if we scale that by 2, that would mean going up 2 and left 8, which I believe would put our A prime out there. All right, if we are from here, our B is left 1 and down 2. So if we scale that by 2, we would go left 2 and down 4. And so here is our B prime from there. And so now our segment is right here. And once again, what we've ended up with is a segment that's twice the length of the original, but it's also twice the distance. And we can look at this. Let me see if I can grab a pencil to show you this part. We can see that if we were to draw this out, like, you know, this is going to go right through here. This one would extend out through there. So we kind of looked at this the other day also, that if we were to send this out, that you can see it's almost taking on a three-dimensional look to it when we do that. So what's happening here is that this piece right here is half of the distance of the center to A prime, which makes sense because we were, with a scale factor of 2, we were doubling the distance. And then the length of A prime B prime is twice that, which makes sense. So scaling that by 2 around that point, now our dilation is this way. All right, now we're going to see what would happen if we dilated on, let's see here, from, let's say this point right here. All right, so originally we were at the origin, then we moved to just a random point that I just made up. And now we're going to look at what happens if we dilate from a point that's actually on the segment. So what we want to do is same thing that we did out here. So to get to B, oh, actually, I guess we should do A first, right? So we would go left 2 and up 2. So if we do a scale factor of 2, that means we're going to go left 4 and up 4. So this is going to be A prime now. And then from our center of dilation, we would go over 1, down 1 to get to B. So if we scale that by 2, that means over 2, down 2. So here is our B prime right there. So what's going to happen in this case is when we draw our A prime B prime, it ends up overlapping the original segment. And I think that that should probably make sense to you guys. The other thing that I want to make sure that you're seeing in this situation is that all of our images actually are parallel to the pre-image. So, and again, I think you can tell, but here is our pre-image right in there. So I'm just going to darken that up a little bit so you can see. This was our original